talk about a very interesting topic related to marketing, which is essentials of marketing. So in this topic, we'll talk about importance or the significance of marketing and some essentials. Now we'll talk about concept, strategy, and consumer insights. So basics of marketing and core concepts that we'll be discussing. Then we'll talk about needs, want, and demand in brief. Although we'll have a detailed discussion in other video about needs, want, and demand, but we'll have a brief discussion here also because this is also an integral part of marketing. Concepts of holistic marketing, and then we'll have a discussion on the marketing mix, which includes 4 P's. Also, we'll talk about 4 E's and some more concepts. Now, we'll be covering basics of marketing and core concepts, needs, wants, and demand, concepts of holistic marketing, as I discussed earlier. So let's start our discussion with the marketing evolution theory. Now, let's have a discussion on 4 P's, 4 C's, and 4 E's. Earlier in marketing, we had a concept of 4 P's. Now, over a period of time, the concept has changed and modified and developed as a 7 P's. In services marketing, some more P's are used like process, people, physical evidence, whereas 4 basic P's includes product, price, place, and promotion. Now, over a period of time, with the evolution of marketing, the concept of 4P has changed to 4C and then 4E. So these 4 P's are product, price, place, promotion, and 4 C's are customer, cost, convenience, and communication. So the focus has changed to customer, cost, convenience, and communication. All these 4 C's are related to customer. And then this concept has emerged as 4E, concept of 4E, which includes experience, exchange, everywhere, evangelism. So from customer point of view, the concept has changed. Earlier the concept was different from marketing point of view, marketers point of view, but over a period of time the concept has changed and modified as per the customer convenience, customers need. So 4P to 4C, 4C to 4E. Now let's have a quick discussion on 4 E's. So this concept was coined by Brian Featherstone of Ogilvy. This customer-centric model reflects how buyer research online, move across channels, and advocate for brands. So the concept of product, price, place, and promotion has evolved, and it has taken over by experience exchange, everywhere, evangelism. For example, the concept of first P, which is product, has changed to the experience by the customer, by the consumer. The concept of price has evolved and it has changed to exchange is like value, what value the customer is getting in lieu of paying price or monetary sacrifice or monetary benefits to the marketer, what exchange, what value the consumer customer is getting. And then place, which is related to distribution. So it is like everywhere, accessibility of the product, of the services for the customers, for the consumers. And we'll talk about promotion, which has changed to the engagement, customer engagement, or evangelism. So these are the 4 E's that have evolved over a period of time. So marketing evolution theory has evolved over a period of time, and traditionally we used to have 4 P's. Now these 4 P's have emerged, and now some more P have been added on. 7 P's, the concept is going on these days, especially in services marketing. We have 7 P's, and then the 4P has evolved and it has taken over by concept of 4E, which includes experience, exchange, everywhere, every place, and evangelism. So these are the 4 E's. Now we'll talk about strategic shift also. So if we talk about the concept of evolution, changing from product to experience, like the strategic shift is like from selling a tangible item to curating a full customer journey, consumer journey, and the lifestyle of the customer. Okay. And now the key focus question is, how does the customer feel during every interaction with us? So this is how the concept of product has changed to the experience of the consumer and experience of the customer. Let's talk about price. So then again, now we'll talk about price. So price has changed to the concept of exchange. It is like from setting a financial cost to calculating total value. Total value in terms of time, ease, privacy, and status from consumers or the customer's point of view. Now the key focus question is, what total value is the customer getting in return of their money? So this is how this concept has evolved and changed to exchange from price. Now we'll talk about the third concept, which is everywhere, every place. Now initially we had a concept of place, which is also known as the distribution, how the product and services are distributed by the marketer. The strategic shift is like from specific physical shelf space to uninterrupted omni-channel digital and physical availability of the product and services. And the key focus question is, how can we seamlessly fit into the customer's daily routine wherever they are? It is like tapping the customer everywhere, improvising the accessibility of the product and services. Let's quickly talk about promotion, which is the fourth P. So this has evolved and taken over by evangelism. It is like from pushy paid advertising to build a passionate community that spreads word of mouth. It is like using different medium, different sources, so that by spreading the word of mouth, how the product and the services could be promoted. And the key focus question related to this concept is, how do we inspire as a marketer, how do we inspire customers to voluntarily become our brand advocates, so that we get our brands and product and services promoted automatically by the customers, by the consumers. So we talked about experience exchange, every place, and evangelism. So we have three examples to compare on the screen. You can see we have a concept of Apple technology ecosystem. We can consider about Nike sportswear and lifestyle also. Starbucks, which is into food and beverages. Now if we quickly talk about the experiences that replaces the product, the considering the example of Apple, this focuses on premium lifestyle and creative freedom, delivers an engineered journey from smooth unboxing to sleek, minimalistic retail stores. Let's talk about Nike, and we'll talk about the concept of experience. Focuses on athletic motivation and empowerment, which is like, as the tagline says, just do it. Okay, so this uses immersive flagship stores for live product trials and customization. We'll talk about the example of Starbucks also, which is into food and beverages. We'll consider the concept of experiences. Okay, so the Starbucks focuses on creating a comfortable third place between home and work. So this gives a choice to the customer, a third place other than home and work, and offers value to the customers, to the consumers. This uses sensory design, aroma, music, Wi-Fi, etc. to sell a relaxing environment for the customer. We'll quickly talk about the concept of exchange, second E, which replaces price. So considering the example of Apple, which justifies premium pricing with time saved, data privacy, and device longevity. This uses financing, trade-ins, and Apple on-service bundles. Now we'll discuss about this concept using example of Nike, which justifies higher cost through elite sports, engineering, and exclusive digital access to high demand limited sneaker drops. Okay, let's talk about the example of Starbucks, which justifies 5 to 7 latest dollars with spread heavily customization and loyalty perks via point-based Starbucks reward applications. Okay, so the point-based reward application, which ensures the customer loyalty also and continuity with the customers, so that the marketer can get the benefit in a longer run also. We'll talk about every place, third concept, third E, which replaces place. And again, we'll talk about these three examples considering the Apple, which uses a flawless omni-channel network. The customers can research via app, pick up at the physical store, and receive instant support via text messages also. Okay. talking about Nike, which this has embedded deeply into daily fit habits. Okay, present across global retail, specialized sneaker applications and Nike Run Training Club applications. We'll talk about Starbucks, considering this third concept, every place, available physically and digitally everywhere. So found on street corners, grocery shelves, drive-throughs, and inside delivery network. So this is how they ensure their accessibility and their availability. We'll talk about the fourth E, which is evangelism, and this replaces promotion. Considering the example of Apple that cultivates a fiercely loyal fan base, creators, reviewers, and technical enthusiasts voluntarily publish free unboxing videos and line up for launches. Talking about the example of Nike that leverages elite athlete partnerships and subcultures, sneakerheads and fitness communities proudly wear the swoosh and an identity badge. Okay, talking about the example of Starbucks, how this concept of evangelism is related to Starbucks, or considering this example, this brand Starbucks drives virtual or viral user generated content, customer shares misspelled name, cups, TikTok, secret menus, trend, etc., and seasonal pumpkin uh, spice hypes. So this is how motivating customers, consumer to promote the company's product and offering. So this is how the marketing has evolved, and we talked about the marketing evolution theory, which discusses about the concept of four E's: experience, exchange everywhere, which is every place, and evangelism. Now let's quickly talk about the marketing mix also. So we talked about concept of 4E, and considering about considering the example of 4P, which is how the marketing has evolved. This includes product, price, place, promotion. Product is what to offer to satisfy needs. So this is classic 4P. This is about classic 4P, which includes product, what to offer to satisfy needs of the customer. Price is what customers give in exchange. It is a like monetary exchange. Place, how and where product is availability, which is related to accessibility. Okay. Promotion, how we communicate value to the customers. And as we discussed earlier in this presentation, the classic 4P has taken over by concept of 4E, which is customer centric. This includes experience, which is create memorable customer experiences. Exchange, make and make the exchange easy and valuable for from the customer's point of view. Every place, be available everywhere for the customer convenience. Evangelism, gain customer advocacy and word of mouth, good of mouth publicity. And if we talk about some more upcoming trends, we can talk about people, which is like passionate people drive value for the organization, for the customer. Okay, again this is one of the P. We talked about 7 P's also. So basic P's are 4 P's, and other 3 P's are people, process, and physical evidence. So we talked about people. Process is like efficient processes delivers consistently. Okay, consistency is also very important for a marketer, and from customers point of view also, to maintain long lasting relationship. Physical evidence is like tangible cues always build trust. Let's talk about partnership and performance. So partnership is like collaborating for greater impact, and performance is like measure, learn, and improve the product and the offering, whatever the services a marketer is providing to the customer. So initially we talked about basic 4 P's, and if we extend, we can have 5 more P's, which includes people, process, physical evidence, and partnership as well as performance. So 4 P's like product, price, place, promotion. If we talk about 3 P's, 3 more P's, which are largely applicable in case of services marketing, like people, process, and physical evidence. Plus additionally we can add partnership on performance. So we can talk about 9 P's also. Okay. The right mix always creates customer value and business success. So we talked about the marketing essentials in this presentation, and to summarize, marketing is more than just selling product. It's about creating value, building trust, and connecting with the right audience or the right set of customers or the consumers. It is understanding the audience, understanding the customer, knowing who your customers or consumers are, what they need, and how they behave. How they behave means the consumer behavior, the customer behavior. And third is clear value proposition, defining what makes your product or service unique. Fourth is effective channel. Channel is how we would like to distribute our product and services as a marketer. So choosing the right mix of the online and offline platform to reach your audience, to reach your customers. So we talked about omni-channel marketing also in this presentation. Fourth point is brand identity. So building a consistent voice, look, and message that resonates with the customers. Fifth is engagement and relationship, focusing on long-term customer loyalty and just not one-time sale to the customer, to the consumer. At its core, marketing is about telling your story in a way that inspires action. So, marketing essentials includes understanding your consumer audience, clear value proposition, effective channel, using effective channels for the distribution of product and services, creating brand identity, and engagement and relationship with the customer, with the consumers. I hope this video tutorial on marketing essential was very useful for you. Thank you.